Dive into the world of creator monetization as we explore diverse strategies for turning passion into profit. From passive income through syndication to leveraging platforms like Ko-fi, learn how creators are finding innovative ways to generate revenue from their audiences. In this clip, I speak with Alex Chavez-Munoz, co-founder of Wild Vision, about the world of content syndication. Alex shares insights on how creators can passively generate revenue across multiple platforms, along with some impressive case studies and strategies for optimizing content.
We are a specialist syndication company that helps grow influencers across multiple platforms without them ultimately lifting a finger. So we will start growing their profiles across Facebook, Snapchat, OTT platforms such as Roku, Pluto, Tubi, Microsoft Start. We're also now helping YouTubers grow across YouTube. So on one of our pages, in 8 months, we took that one page and we've generated 7-figure revenues in that 8 months. We increased ad revenue from over like 2,000% there.
How do you determine which content is suitable for syndication on each platform?
So with Facebook, it's traditionally an older market. So you got to look at content and really ask yourself, is this going to appeal to, say, like a 30 plus? So the type of genres that we're seeing work on Facebook, cooking is really good, comedy, wildlife, travel, is the hook. So the hook is so important. You've got to stop you've got 1 to 3 seconds. It sounds extreme, but realistically you do. And the way Facebook Watch and say Snapchat Discover are set up, it's a constant scroll. You know that the OTT space, it's all about connected TV. It's those streaming platforms that you see on smart TVs. It's getting the creator into the front room. It's getting creators in front of, families. So obviously there's only select creators that would do well on this space. But it's very much viewed by, kids and family, and it's getting bigger, especially out in the US. So we've been working with Ali A for quite a while now across Facebook and Snapchat. And we knew there was a bit of a demand for his content. So we actually worked in partnership with a company called Playworks and pitched his content to Sky. And his content now sits within the gaming section on Sky TV.
In this clip, we dive into the world of creator education with Olivia Owens from Teachable. Olivia shares insights on how Teachable empowers creators to monetize their expertise through various digital products. She discusses the platform's evolution, success stories, and valuable advice for creators looking to launch their own courses or memberships.
Teachable is for who we call creator educators who are looking to grow both their income and impact. And so we do this, we enable creators to do this by providing them the most comprehensive suite of learning products out there. So anything from courses to memberships to communities, downloads, coaching, everything that creators can do and provide to drive meaningful connection with their communities and also drive sustainable revenues for their businesses. Teachable has been in this space for nearly a decade now, and we were originally launched in an alternative option to creator course marketplaces. So Teachable was launched to provide that ownership opportunity for creators and to increase the revenue that they're able to receive off of the digital products that they're creating. One of the most consistent things that I've heard from our customers is that the platform's really easy to use. I think it's really clear what you're going in there to do. So you can go to teachable.com, sign up. We have a free plan that you can sign up for. And we've actually kind of made it even easier with our suite of AI tools. We have a tool called our AI Course Starter that allows you to fill in, okay, I want to teach a course about how to build a community online. I want it to be 5 modules. I want people to understand what are the challenges, what are the different things that you should keep in mind, how to engage your community, all of that. And the curriculum generator will build an outline for you. Damon Dominique, he is a longtime YouTuber with nearly 500,000 subscribers. And he's been doing language teaching courses for years based on his travel excursions. Like his followers love his content, super engaging. And he's another example is Mrs. Dow Jones, Haley Sachs. She's a popular finance creator, and she's built an audience of 1 million followers on Instagram who go to her for her insights on finance. I think there is a heavy tendency to overthink the value you need to provide to monetize something. The reality is the human mind can only take in so much information at once, and you can create kind of a content ladder for yourself of like, okay, for the people who are entering this, here's where I can help them start. Here's the initial information I can give. Maybe that's a mini course, right? Like 4 to 6 modules, videos that are anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes, just to get them to understand the concept. Our biggest focus is being a business partner to our creators. That's really how we see ourselves. So we do tax handling for our creators. When I talk to our creators, like what's their favorite thing about Teachable, it's the fact that they don't have to think about handling all of the taxes on all of the digital products that they've sold over the year. I mean, I think I'm constantly learning. And I think one of my biggest takeaways is like, the through line for creators is a lack of willingness to compromise.
In this clip, we have highlights from my first ever episode with Simon Ellington of Ko-fi, a monetization platform for creators. Simon shares insights into how Ko-fi works, its growth during the pandemic, and advice for creators looking to monetize their content.
Ko-fi is a monetization platform for creators. And it's kind of an all-in-one service where a creator can set up a page and start to ask their supporters to contribute to their creative projects. And that could be as a simple sort of donation tip jar type approach, which is really our heritage, or it could be more sort of sophisticated kind of monetization methods with things like memberships or selling products. But on an average month, there's probably about 150,000 creators that are active. They're either updating their page or they're receiving donations. So for instance, in August this year, there was $4.1 million was transacted through Ko-fi, and there was 40,000 creators that earned something on Ko-fi, a share of that 4.1 million. You know.
Did COVID affect the business in terms of more creators coming on to Ko-fi or fewer donations? How's that kind of played out?
We got a big bump really in people using the service. It was interesting at the time. I was sort of answering the support cases myself and what have you. And some of the comedians that I'd been to see in the UK were coming on and joining Ko-fi and, you know, wanted to ask a question and what have you. And they never would have joined a service like this if they had their traditional kind of monetization event-based stuff going on. So there was an inflow of different types of creators. The original founder who's still running the business, Nigel, he started it as a weekend side project, and really it was based around a gap that he saw, or a difference between the online and offline world, where he came up with this coffee concept of, buy them a drink, buy them a coffee or something as a token of appreciation for a good deed.
If you're a creator thinking about using Ko-fi, what's the journey that you go through? What's the thought process, and how do you kind of set yourself up on the platform and link to and start sharing with your fans and your audience?
We try and make it as clear as we can that Ko-fi is a really low pressure, easy way to start your kind of monetization journey. Within a couple of minutes, they go to kofi.com and they choose a username, and within a minute or so they've put in their bio and a picture, and they've got a page. Right now, the way that we work is we make money in 2 ways. We have a premium service, Ko-fi Gold, where some of those other tools, Ko-fi Shop and Ko-fi Commissions and what have you, are all available for free. If you pay this monthly fee of $6 a month, or if you can still get access to those features for a 5% fee without the subscription. We love Patreon. We think they've done amazing things for creators. They started about the same sort of time. It's synonymous with membership tiers and recurring kind of memberships. That's what they do. It's what they're known for. And they do that really well. What we kind of think is that's great for some people. If all they want to do is that, then that works. If you want to diversify out of that and offer more options, like some people don't want to pay you monthly. They might just say, I really love this one thing. impulse purchase. I think the biggest trend is kind of this normalization of creators producing something and getting paid for it. It wasn't too long ago to think about the point where you have this kind of, there's this celebrity class and then there's nobody else, right? It's tiny 0.001%. And I think what the creator economy and the passion economy stuff is doing is, I would say, lowering the bar. It's more about just giving that diversity of platform to people that've got something to say or something to offer. So I think, the one thing I always say when talking to creators is start rather than plan as much as you could dare, really. We like to think Ko-fi is a bit like that. It's your minimum viable monetization tool that you can then iterate on and grow. And I'd really recommend that kind of it doesn't have to be Ko-fi, but find a way to do something to monetize what you do and iterate and get feedback really quickly.
In this clip, we're featuring an interview with Harry and Simon, the young founders of Fanfix, a creator monetization platform specifically targeting Gen Z content creators. Despite being in their early 20s, these entrepreneurs have already built and sold their company in less than a year. They share highlights on the platform's success, its focus on mobile-first experiences, and their predictions for the creator economy.
Fanfix is essentially a creator monetization platform that allows Gen Z content creators to monetize in a variety of different ways and really building a sustainable recurring revenue stream. Fanfix is an exclusive platform, meaning as a creator, you have to apply to be a creator on Fanfix. And once you're approved as a creator and you connect your bank account, you start creating content and building your community by promoting your Fanfix across all of your social channels.
Where are you seeing the early success? Like, where are the big platforms or genres of content where typically creators are really leveraging Fanfix?
Yeah, so we're really winning with Gen Z. So TikTok first creators primarily, and then the majority of our traffic's coming from either TikTok, Snapchat, or Instagram.
Can you give us a sense of how much some creators are earning, ballpark figures?
Yeah, so we have individual creators earning 7 figures on the platform. Earning potential is gigantic.
When we talk about podcasts, it's all about bonus episodes, bonus content, being able to engage with your fans through paid messaging. And when we talk about, fitness creators, it's meal plans, workout routines.
Typically, our kind of average age range is sort of 18 to 22. But we view Gen Z as, 13 to 24 is kind of the big target. We set it up when we were students. We were in our third year at university in both in the US, and we kind of saw a gap in the market, in the direct monetization space, and saw how difficult it was for creators to monetize. So ended up setting up Fanfix, built the platform, launched it going into our final year of university, and really got extremely fortunate with the traction, and it went really viral very, very quickly. And in just under 10 months, we were acquired by a company called Superordinary in June of 2022.
When you look at the Asian markets and how these live streams have been successful, the consumer there expects to be sold to. In the US, it's a very different market. If you're a creator selling to your consumer, it's seen as inauthentic.
Whilst social commerce is huge in Asia, it hasn't really hit the US markets yet. Direct monetization like Fanfix is huge in the US and really rapidly growing in the US, but really hasn't hit the Asian markets yet.
We're launching a list of new features. One is live streaming on the platform, so creators can host, exclusive live streams with their paid subscribers and community. I think the direct monetization space, the subscription communities and membership clubs are going to be growing rapidly in 2023 as we see a decline in brand deals and for creators needing more sustainable revenue streams.
My prediction is I think we're going to see the creator economy get a lot more concentrated. It became very, very saturated, and there were 100 different players getting funded for, trying to solve the same problem.
If we think about it in a macro way, I think a lot of companies will look for product market fit in order to find some form of profitability, as funding has dried up for a lot of the startups out there.
Thank you for listening. Please hit subscribe to hear from the pioneers shaping the creator economy.